All right, so in this trade recap video, I'm going to be going over three small account trades that I recently took with my team. I'm going to walk you through my process, my conviction, and my TA behind them. All of these trades turned out really, really well for my team and I. If you got a small account, these were the trades that could have helped flip your account. Literally 100% flip in a day or two. So these were definitely great trades for all account sizes. If you had a bigger account, you could have loaded the boat and bought as many contracts as you wanted. But again, these trades were specifically for all of my small account traders out there. Okay, so first one is SPWR, SunPower Corporation. All right, so Monday night I posted for my team a lot of charts, and there was a few charts that I posted. One of which was TAN, which is the sector ETF or the solar sector ETF, excuse me. And TAN had been broken or had actually broke out during the trading day on Monday of a big channel it had been stuck in. And so that was one thing that I picked up on. So then I ran through I ran through all the solar names. You know, the big solar names, Solar Edge, Enphase Energy, they were already moving, but the smaller solar names were giving us a pattern. Canadian Solar, which is right here, CSIQ, if you don't know their ticker symbol, but then of course we capitalized on SPWR. These smaller solar names were bull flagging while solar was breaking out in general. So TAN, the sector ETF, showed us where price was going, where the solar sector was going. So now it's up to us as traders to identify, well, what has yet to move? What can we still catch and capitalize on that we can still make money on, right? Because TAN had already broken out. The bigger solar names, they were breaking out. But the bigger names are the sector leaders. This is for any sector out there. When the sector's leaders are leading, look for the following stocks, the stocks who are followers of the sector leaders, to then follow the big ones, okay? And that's exactly what we were able to catch right here for SPWR. SPWR, I posted this chart for my team Monday night. Tuesday morning, we capitalized on it. This was a bull flag right below key resistance. We have a fib level at 28.82. That was my actual price target when I entered this trade. And boy, did I exit too early, because I said once we hit this price target, I am exiting this trade. We smashed 28.82. And really, if you held on to your contracts, you could have held until price hit $30. Okay, we entered not far after open. And if you look at this 4-hour candle, price opened right at the 4-hour 9 EMA, which is technical support. It broke out of this bull flag and it just rocketed through key resistance. And we entered next week 28 strike calls. If you held on to these calls, they went $2 in the money. The exact option, our fill, we got a fill for 90 cents. These contracts ended up hitting a high of day right around $2.99. So over a 200% return on this small account trade. Again, this was one of the trades that we took this week that would have flipped your small account. All right, now on to the second name, Riot. We all know how Bitcoin has been doing or has been trading the past few weeks. Okay, it's been roaring towards all-time high. We knew an all-time high was coming. We knew price was gearing up, and finally this morning we got it. Yesterday we entered 10.29 Riot 31 strike calls. I believe that's the exact option that we entered. There was a couple reasons for this. Okay, looky right here on the 4-hour time frame. This 4-hour candle from yesterday, the first 4-hour candle, drops down to the 9 EMA. On the 4-hour. This 9 EMA right here is technical support. That is where buyers will step in off of a technical support level, which is the 9 EMA, and then they will step in to buy price back up and reverse the downtrend. Okay, that is where price bottomed on the 4-hour time frame. But let me break it down to you on the hourly as well. So now we're looking at yesterday here on the hourly, and let me hide my fib levels because these are now irrelevant for Riot. Is they have changed since we entered. So if you look right here on Tuesday morning, we actually get a gap up in price, okay? You know, price bull flagged right here for Riot for the second half of the trading day right here. And then price actually gaps up. You can see this hourly candle gaps up around 30.80 and it pumps a little bit. But then most importantly, it fills this gap down to the downside. Look at this 10 a.m. candle. Look where price bottomed. It bottomed off of the 21 EMA on the hourly time frame. So now on two key time frames, Riot bottoms off of technical support. The 4-hour 9 EMA and the hourly 21 EMA. Two strong technical resistances where price bottomed. They just so happen to be trading together roughly at the same point in time. You know, that was kind of a coincidence more or less, but that's what we got as far as technical support went. Two very strong technical supports trading next to each other on two different time frames. That's a confluence for buyers to come in and to buy price back up. Once price held the 21 EMA, that was our stop loss. We entered off of that bounce, and if price ended up going below that, if this hourly candle was to close below the 21 EMA, yeah, we were out, okay? We kept a tight stop loss, but we never ended up having to worry about that instead. Okay, this trade was red for us for about 10 minutes, and it never stopped being green after that. After our entry, okay? You can see right here, buyers for the rest of the day for Riot yesterday rode the 9 EMA up, and then finally, I'm sure as we all know this morning, Bitcoin ends up roaring to a new all-time high, smashing through 66,000. And what happens when Bitcoin makes a big move? Bitcoin miner stocks follow. And that is why I put my team on Riot, because Riot was going to follow Bitcoin whenever Bitcoin broke out. We all knew it was coming for Bitcoin. It was just a matter of when. We entered next week contracts for a reason for Riot, just in case the move was delayed a little bit. Fortunately for us, we only had to hold for one night because Bitcoin broke out this morning and it carried Riot with it. We entered 31 straight calls for next week, 29 expirations. Our fills were like 130 something, I believe, like 120 and change or something like that per contract. We ended up going almost $2 in the money. Okay, you can see right here for the intraday high right here for Riot, it pushed to 32.81. We were damn near $2 in the money. So a great small account trade yet again for the team and I. And this was another one that could have flipped your account. Okay, these trades or these options at one point were well above 50, 60, even 70+% profit. Okay, now the last trade that my team and I took was CVS, and I want to see if the fib levels are still the way that they were. I gotta unmute them here real quick. They are. They haven't changed yet. Okay. So CVS, this was my last trade that I did for my team yesterday. This week has been fantastic for the team and I. SPY calls, we've taken one or two red trades this whole week. Other than that, we've seen easily 50% plus bangers all week long. CVS, this is probably my favorite stock to trade. This year, I have not missed one single trade off of this. Every single time I trade CVS, it has been for profit. But the TA behind CVS, this is really classic. Okay, there's a couple things that I identify for CVS. Number one, identify this gap fill. Okay, gaps love to be filled right here. This purple box shows a gap fill that price made from October 15th at close, and then on October 18th, so a gap down on a Monday morning. This gap remained unfilled. Now, price filled this gap this morning, but something to always remember for gaps is that they love to be filled. They act as magnets for price to fill, and that is exactly what we got this morning. Now, I entered next week 86 straight calls for CVS. Exact option, October 29th, if I'm getting that expiration for Friday right, they were 86 straight calls. Super, super cheap options. The fill was like 40 cents, 46, or it was like 42 cents per contract, if I remember correctly. And to give an idea of how this option worked out for us, they're in the money right now. The option is worth $1.16. So I have it up on my phone here real quick. Let me go ahead and see what my fill price was exactly. Let's see. So my fill, I was off on my fill a little bit. The fill was 49 cents per contract. Okay. Right now, these options are worth $1.16. Okay. This was another small accounts trade that my team and I were able to capitalize on. This was another trade that went for 100% plus profits right now. Okay, we bought them for 49 cents. They're now worth $1.16 on the ask. That's 100% plus profits. But getting away from the profit standpoint, my TA. Sorry, I know I started rambling on a little bit. I was on my phone, didn't want to stop talking while I ran through the math. Okay, the notes for the TA that I have, really easy. Look at the strong consolidation that CVS gave us all day yesterday. Really strong consolidation, basically chopped the entire day up. But notice where buyers step in all throughout the day. And I'm going to enlarge my chart here. All throughout the day, look at these bottom wicks. The buyers stepped in off of the hourly 55 EMA. Okay, 55 EMA is this yellow moving average on my screen right here. 1, 2, 3 touches off the 55 EMA. The third touch came at the 2 p.m. hour. And now look at the 3 p.m. hourly candle. We get a pretty strong close. There's some selling pressure in there. You can see that by the top wick. But you can see it was pushing an intraday supply zone at around $85. Pretty strong close. Look at the volume bar that came in for CVS. The last volume bar for the day for CVS is the biggest volume bar of the day. That's a strong inclination, or indication, I should say, that CVS is then going to run up into the next day. Now, I'm saying this is an example that I used for CVS. That same methodology can be applied to any ticker out there. Okay, if you see a fairly strong bullish close with the last hourly candle of the trading day, and then you see volume with it as well, that's a good indication that price is going to run into the next day. Price held technical support on Tuesday. It had a fairly strong close. Now, each fib level that we can see right here on the hourly time frame gave us an upside target. So 84.95 was price target number 1. 85.20 was our second price target. 85.45 was our last one, was another one. And then we started pushing the gap fill. Well, CVS just blew right through all of these price targets, okay? It gapped up a little bit because futures opened green for us, were green, I should say, when market opened, and CVS followed accordingly. And CVS immediately goes to fill this gap, and our 86 strike calls were in the money within the first hour of the trading day. These were all small account trades. CVS, I mean, this is literally my baby to trade. I love trading this name. My team and I joke about it. This is really a truly great ticker for every small, medium-sized account trader out there to learn how to trade, because the option premiums move really, really well. It respects TA really well, and you don't have to worry about it being weighted in like a big volatile sector sometimes, like the Bitcoin sector, or like Bitcoin miner stocks, I should say. It's not weighted in something like the tech sector either, where you have to watch 2 different indexes and you have to worry about FANGMAN names and all that good stuff as well. All right, so my team and I, we feasted on small account tickers this week. We've had plenty of 50% plus profits this week. You know, a couple of these trades ran for 100% plus in SPWR and CVS. So if you are a small account trader and you're watching this video, if you struggle growing your small account, join my server. Okay, I work with small account traders. I look for small account trades every single day for my team and I. I am no small account trader, but I have flipped small accounts before. I know the struggle and the pain that it can be for a small account trader to try and grow their account. Okay, we don't trade Teslas in my server, or we don't trade Tesla. We don't trade Amazon in my server. I don't look for those large cap names who are extremely volatile. Okay, I'm a swing trader. I focus on compounding growth. My team and I, we are an excellent trading community. It's a small community. You're not going to be able to get lost. I answer your questions. So again, if you are a small account trader looking to grow your small account, make sure to join my team, because I will look out for you and we will take trades together. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you are interested in joining my team but you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below.